back to Better Living. I'm joined now by Anneke from the Charles Boyk Law Firm. I started to say attorney. It just didn't, it wasn't working for me. But
attorney, lawyer,
you know why? Because I'm so distracted by the darling children that have won the Bikes for Kids this week. They're so great. Brother and sister.
Yep.
They are Victoria and Damien. They couldn't be here today, but they have a fantastic story. Tell me about them.
So Victoria and Damien's father, like 3 years ago, suffered a stroke. They were the only ones home. Damien was upstairs. He was 5 at the time.
Wow.
5 years old, notices that his dad collapses, runs downstairs, tells Victoria to call 911. They call 911, get him to the hospital. So, I mean, we always teach kids what to do in an emergency. Call 911. But the fact that they were able to so quickly do it during such a scary time was really awesome. And then the mom, also Victoria, she had told Tori, the younger girl, here are the signs of a stroke. Here's what you need to look out for. The day after she showed that stuff to her daughter, he had a massive stroke. And so, but Tori was able to recognize the signs and then help her dad. Since then, the kids have just been awesome around the house. Tori kicked up her grades so high that she got a full ride scholarship to Notre Dame Academy.
That's
crazy.
Crazy.
Just really great kids.
You know, I often wonder how my kids would react in a situation like that. Let's be honest, I wonder how I would react in a situation like that. And you hear stories about the 3-year-old that calls 911 or, those make the national news. It takes a remarkable child to act like that in a stressful situation. And the fact that they were able to do it and do it so quickly says a lot about the kind of kids they are.
Right. And they were nominated by their Aunt Angela. And Angela, she started crying when she was explaining to the kids why they were chosen. But they're just resilient, awesome children who understood at a really young age how hard it is in the family for their dad to need help walking, need help talking, need help eating. So Damien never leaves his dad's side. He's always there helping him. Victoria helps her around the house, and like I said, she keeps her grades up. But for the kids to kind of band together when their mom had to quit work to take care of the dad full time, you don't often see children so young who understand that and help out so much. So.
Well, and to understand that the dynamics of a family change then.
Right.
And you have to do things a little differently. And like you said, Tori understanding that she needed to work on those grades to make sure that she could help then with her own education. We've got some video that we took yesterday of when they got their bikes. And that's a really special, you were there?
Yeah.
You got to see. So tell me what it was like watching them get their bikes.
We always give the parents the option of surprising the kids or telling them ahead of time. So they were surprised, and Damien, you can see him there, 8 years old, was ecstatic. And he just kept running up and down the aisle, like touching every wheel of every bike. They each got a helmet and a lock. There's Joe Wursel on the green. And then they got to test ride their bikes. Victoria's the one with the white sunglasses on her head.
Yes.
Yeah. But you can see her smiling there. And her mom had said, it's so awesome to see her so happy. Because at 15, you know,
you gotta be cool. You have to be cool. It's just not allowed to act like things get you excited. You have to, you gotta play it low then at 15.
And her mom said, she's like, I was hoping that she was gonna be really excited about it. And she was, and now the kids can have a little bit more freedom this summer and be able to ride around the neighborhood. And it was really cute when Damien, when Victoria rode her bike down the street to take it for a test drive, Damien's like sitting there on his bike and he's like, can I go with her? Can I go with her? And they're like, yeah, go ahead. And he's like, Tori, I'm coming with you. And he just like runs down. It was so funny. So they had a great time, and we're really, really happy for them, really proud of them.
Well, of course, thanks as always to Wurzels for letting you,
awesome.
I mean, they do a great job helping select the bikes, making sure the bikes fit, making sure those helmets fit. Of course, we want to make sure that kids are wearing those. Because it's not always cool to wear those, but it's very important that they do that. It's important to them that they're involved in this project, and it's important to you guys. And as we remind people every week about that, just talk about why it's so important that you're doing this for kids who are making a difference in our community.
Yeah, and also another awesome thing about Jill is she takes the time to pick out a bike. She just doesn't like, okay, here's a girl, here's a bike. She takes the time to make sure it fits properly. So, you know, for any parent purchasing a bike for their kids, they should pay attention to not only the helmet aspect of it and not wearing flip-flops, but is the seat high enough? Are the handlebars correctly? Do the brakes work? So you know, kids can't really just stop on a dime if their brakes aren't working properly. I know Damien tried to stop with his shoe at first, and Jill's like, okay, wait.
Yeah, probably not the best idea. No.
So if he wouldn't have had shoes on, no flip-flops on bikes, you tell everybody. But yeah, it was really cool, and we're hoping that a lot of parents can see this and pay attention to their own kids' safety out there, but also hopefully they think about kids that might also be deserving of a bike and tell us about it. That bikesforkidstoledo.com. I mean, please come to the site.
You didn't give me a chance because I've been practicing all week so I would not mess up the website this week. I was prepared to do it, bikesforkidstoledo.com. I had it in my brain. I was ready. You didn't give me my chance. You said it.
Sorry.
Oh, okay, whatever. No, I'm just kidding. It is important for people to nominate. It's important for kids. Today is a beautiful day outside. Yeah. It's actually not raining. Hallelujah for that. Kids should get outside. And I think about when you and I were kids, perhaps me a little bit before you, because, well, I'm older.
Not much.
Oh, for real, a little bit. You know, that's what we did during the day. We were outside.
And your parents would never see you until you came home at night.
And they preferred it that way. You know, we were outside and we played all day, and it's good for kids to be active and be out there with your friends and not sitting on your phones all day.
Well, Jill Wursel has always said, every time we go, she goes, we always knew where our friends were, not by texting them, but where all the bikes were in the front yard. That's the house where everyone was. And you just rode up and down the street and
when
they
found them, they weren't inside watching,
they're in the backyard.
You know, on a video game or doing something. They were in the backyard playing or at that basketball goal, because I did grow up in southern Indiana where that's all we did was play basketball. So yeah, that's exactly right. Bikesforkidstoledo.com. Nominate somebody that you think, some child that you think is deserving, and we will have another very deserving winner for you next week. We'll be right back.